What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another video. In today's video, I have your top stocks to watch for this trading week. But real quick, as always, if you guys do find value in this video, make sure to smash that like button as well as clicking that subscribe and that bell icon. It would mean the absolute world to me. But without further ado, let's hop into the video. Alrighty, so if you guys did not see my SPY and QQQ market update for this week, definitely make sure you guys go and watch that. That link is going to be down in the description. Anyways, for this week, I do have my top 5 stocks to keep on watch. So the very first one is going to be IoT. Now, looking at IoT, what I'm liking is the daily time frame. We do have a very nice daily squeeze, and I am going to be looking for a swing trade on this. What I want to see is for price to hold this 21 and 34 EMA. If it just falls below it, I'm no longer interested in the setup, but I do want to see price start holding the 21 and 34 as support. So maybe we get some bullish candles on top of these two moving averages right here. If that is the case, then I am going to be looking for a swing trade to potentially take it back up into these highs at 30.9. After that, my overall price target would be taking that pivot high to pivot low on the Fibonacci retracements, putting on the 127, and I would be aiming for this 32.6. So I'm probably going to be watching the $30 calls expiring next month. Again, I need to see support at this area right here. If there's no support, there's no trade. Break below the 21 and 34, it's completely invalidated. I do not care about this setup anymore. Now, the next stock I'm going to be watching is going to be McDonald's. So McDonald's does report earnings on 7/27. So next week, what I'm going to be looking for is actually for price to build a base above 300. If price is able to do that, depending on earnings, McDonald's does have more upside. If we go to the monthly time frame, monthly squeeze is firing up. It's trading at all-time highs. So if we break it back down to a daily time frame, and again, if we're trading at all-time highs, we have to rely on Fibonacci extensions. So we have this pivot high to pivot low. And again, if we put on the 127 and the 1618, if price can build that base above that $300 level, my overall price target on McDonald's is going to be 304 and then all the way up at 310.5. So I'm going to be looking for a day trade depending on liquidity, maybe a butterfly swing, maybe a swing all the way out in August. But the very first thing that needs to happen on McDonald's is it does need to build that base above 300. If it's not able to this week, again, I am no longer interested in the setup and ideally not even interested in the downside for the time being. So ideally would like to see more upside on McDonald's this week. Next stock I'm going to be watching is going to be Amazon. So with Amazon on Friday, it did close at that daily 21 EMA and a lot of volume came in, piecing that together with this candlestick right here, this nice lower wick right here. I'm pretty interested to see what ends up happening because that was the highest volume candle that we've had since earnings over here on Amazon. So I'm going to be watching this very closely. If it is able to hold this base above that daily 21 EMA, I'm going to be looking for price to push back up into this high up here. And then if it's able to break above that 136.65, I'm definitely looking for more upside from there. I don't really have resistance until that 146.50. And then we could also watch like this 140 area right here. Now with Amazon, if this one actually starts breaking below that 21 and 34 EMA, because we do have FOMC this week, which is going to be a big market mover, I actually will be looking for more downside for puts because I don't have a good bounce on Amazon until price gets all the way down at 112.40 and then 106.66. So if price starts closing below 127.4, I'm looking for puts. But if price does hold this daily 21 and 34 to the upside, I'm looking for that push back into the high and then ideally all the way up into that 140 to 140.10. Now the next stock I'm going to be watching is going to be Meta. So looking at Meta, actually what I'm interested in is going to be a bounce at that 50 SMA, which is also lined up with the 55 EMA. But Meta has not tested its daily 50 SMA in a very long time. So if FOMC does end up pulling the market, and I know this is about a $20 drop to the downside, I am going to be watching that 50-day SMA very, very closely for a potential bounce. Now, if it looks weak, I'm going to be looking for those puts to go down into this potential bounce area right here. But that's ideally what I'm going to be looking for. Look for puts. And then if price can get down here this week, look for that bounce. Now, if Meta is bullish this week, what I'm going to be looking for, depending on if we can find a bottom, so say this were to be the bottom right here and the market bounces early next week, what I'll be looking for is to take this pivot high to pivot low right here and then look for some rejects up here at this 305 all the way up to 308.18. So that's going to be the game plan on Meta. And then the final stock that I'm going to be watching next week is going to be UAL. I guess they reported really good earnings, but it is breaking above this 52-week high. It does have a nice daily squeeze. If price can pull back and build a base on top of this daily 21 and 34 EMA and hold the squeeze, I am going to be looking for a potential swing trade. But also, if it actually breaks and holds this 57.50 and ideally above 58.23, we can look for some day trades to trade the momentum to the upside on UAL. I have no resistance till 60.5 and then 63.7. So I'm going to be watching this UAL very closely for a swing, and also going to be watching it for an uptrend entry intraday. But that is going to be everything I'm going to be watching next week. So as always, if you guys did find value in this video, make sure to smash that like button as well as clicking that subscribe and that bell icon. It would mean the absolute world to me. Comment down below what your favorite setup is this week. Everybody have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.